Yeah.
just try and try and try and don't like if you don't feel like you're doing it good, you will. Yeah, probably it's even better
Yes.
than yesterday.
Welcome on the Crochet Podcast, the podcast to learn everything about your favorite crochet creator. I'm so happy about this new episode where I got to meet Carlos, also known as YARNTASTIC.CHARLIE on social media. As soon as I discovered this page, I knew right away I wanted Carlos on the podcast. His fast growth on social media, his plans for his crochet business, and also some challenges along the way, we will talk about everything. Let's meet Carlos. Hi, Carlos. I'm so happy to
Hello,
have you on the
how are
podcast.
you?
I'm good.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here too. Thank you. Thank
I'm
you so much,
so
Matilda.
happy to have you. I'm so happy to have you. You've been going so viral. I was like, he's going to be too busy to be on the podcast. So I'm so happy
No,
you are here.
I will always have time for this community. It's amazing, and I love these opportunities just to be here with you guys and share this.
I'm sure our listener will love to hear from you. So I'm very excited. Can you please introduce yourself, please?
Yes, of course. So my name is Carlos. Well, actually, Charlie is the same. Uh, and I'm from Spain. Okay, I'm in a small town called Alcora, from Castellón in the north of Valencia. So I just been here mostly all my life. I also lived in Dublin a couple of years, but that's pretty much, the my life. It's always been here in Spain. And
Okay.
I don't know, I'm 33 years old, okay, and I'm barely a newbie in crochet world. But I will tell you later the details. But I just started recently, and I love this community. I love this, and I'm enjoying every day since then. I just have to say that this is not my main job as a full-time crocheter yet. Okay, I have another like a job, a real job that is
Uh huh.
ceramics. I'm
Oh,
like a developer and assistant in ceramics. Okay, I work for a big company. It's been almost six
okay.
years now. And before that, I also used to be a gardener, okay, for seven
Okay.
years, like a freelancer. So that's like from here to there, and then another thing. Like
Yes.
my life has always been like that. And I
You are very
also went to,
versatile.
yeah, 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 yeah. I worked also as a waiter in Dublin for a couple of years. So my life it's
Okay.
always been up and down, up and down. Like I would never like to be like stuck in some place. But then I found
Mm-hmm.
crochet, you know? I think it's
Yes.
the first hobby that's like stuck me in the same place. I love this hobby or passion or like life, however you want to call it, okay? But I think it's part of my
Yeah.
life right now because every day is a new day and I'm always happy to grab new things and share that with you guys, and this is amazing.
So when did you learn how to crochet?
Okay, so this is a kind of tricky question because, as always, we start something and we leave it and then blah blah. So at the end,
Mm-hmm.
I just I saw like some videos on my feed on Instagram, I guess, and I just
Mm-hmm.
ordered like that kind of scarf kit that you order with everything, the hooks, the yarn, and
Yeah.
everything. It came with a box and the instructions, but it was like, okay, and now what? How do I do this? And I
Yeah.
just open, I
It's
try to
scary.
read it, and I just like left it there. Okay. And since then, the kind of drop from my feed, it started like showing more content in crochet,
Mm.
crochet, crochet, and then someday popped the amigurumi. Okay, and I was like, oh, this is different. This is not like the jackets or scarf or blankets. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. You can get a like a nice plushie from it, And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. And but I didn't like try it also. Like I just start following crocheters, like watching their content, what they were making, and like day by day, even like I don't know, I was amazed how other people could do that. So after a while, I just, ordered like the basic yarn, and I tried to make like a small monkey for my niece, Olivia, which she was like 1 year old almost. And I just started like watching YouTube tutorials, like basic stitches, how to make everything. And I think I was pretty good. Like, I don't know, I got it like really quick, and I was happy about it, like
Okay.
all the basic stitches. But then, okay, I know all the basic stitches. I'm gonna start a pattern. So I really wanted to make that special, even if it took me like a year to complete that, but I wanted to make it good and perfect for my niece. So she didn't laugh at me when she was like 20, okay? And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make it properly. But that was like just a month or something, like to make that kind of monkey. It was so
Okay.
good. She was so happy. She calls him Monkey, obviously. And but that was just the normal cotton yarn, and it was so difficult at the beginning.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. Do you have a picture of the monkey?
I could send some pictures, yeah, and
You
you
will
can
have
share
to
it
send
here.
it to me.
Yeah, yeah, it's so lovely for being like my first one. Okay, and then also, I found that like all from Jade accounts, like Annabelle, like all these
Yes.
top accounts that they were like making with the chenille yarn, that kind of different
Mm.
yarn, that the one that I have on my back, okay. And I
Yeah.
was just amazed of that yarn, and I wanted to try it because it seems so different, so special, so fluffy. And
Yes.
just, I ordered it from Hobby, and the first moment I've got my package, I'm like, okay, this is it. This is the
Yes.
yarn.
You
This is
fell in
what I
love.
want to do. This is
Mm.
like, this is it. And I
Yeah.
just crocheted. Actually, the bear that I have on my picture from Instagram,
Okay.
that's
Uh-huh.
my first plushie, like plushie
Oh.
bear that I've made. It was like
Wait, let me check
also,
it out.
yeah, it's huge. I tell you why. because
Where I'm gonna.
because it was,
Oh yes.
yeah,
I will put the picture in the podcast so people can see. Yes, it's so
yeah.
big.
It's so big because I just found a pattern that it was like this with cotton yarn. Like, oh, okay, and when I started like crocheting with chenille yarn, and started to pick like the head like this, like what is
Yes.
this? It's never ending, and I had to order twice, twice again the yarn because I had no enough
Yes, I'm
for finishing.
sure.
And I was like, please don't finish that color. I don't want to have like mixed color bear, and
How
that was
many yarns
my,
did you use?
I don't know, like maybe seven skein of
Yeah.
yarns, like because it was
It
like
seems
this
like
with
it.
kotor yarn. You know,
Mm.
if I like look for like try to find the email that I got from the pattern, I can even try to find the original pattern so I can send it to you as well, so you can compare.
Yeah.
And that was for
Yeah,
my
cotton
my
yarn and chenille yarn is like
yeah, and that at the beginning was a very like difficult to understand for me, like the differences between
mm.
yarns,
Yes,
what pattern
yes, for
should I
sure.
do, how it's gonna be out, and also the tension when you crochet, it depends on the artist and
Yes.
blah blah blah. But yeah,
Yeah,
that
it can
was
be
the
so
first
hard.
one. And actually that was like you were asking me about the time, so that was I guess at the end of like finished the monkey around June. So since I
June
finished
from
it,
last
like,
year.
yeah, so since there, I just started like crocheting every day. I've made even two plushies per day. Like first month there were like I get one, two plushies, but like in September I crafted like 20 or something like that, and I was so quick at it. I got used to it because I was practicing every
Yes.
day. So people is like, "What's your secret?" Is like just be like constant and
Crochet a
practice.
lot,
And
yeah.
yeah, that's the thing, I guess.
Yeah. So that's what you will recommend, like for someone who wants to learn how to crochet and make nice plushies, like just crochet a lot and you get it.
Yes. Yes.
Mm,
Just
yeah.
just try and try and try and don't like if you don't feel like you're doing it good, you will. Yeah, probably it's even better than
Yes.
yesterday, you know? Probably like
Yes.
so always people is better at some things, but you probably are better than me at some other things, so it's just like life, so you keep trying and improving every day because I even feel
Yes.
like I'm improving myself every day. I look like my plushies from 4 months ago and wow, I'm so like
Yes.
better now, you know?
Yeah.
So that's the
And
thing.
I
Just
have the feeling with crochet, like the progress, as you say, if you crochet a lot, you will actually progress pretty fast. It's not like something that's gonna take you years and years and years. So I think that's a good thing about crochet, and that's why a lot of people get into it, is because you can actually get nice stuff very fast.
I think that's it because I recommend for like beginners. Like I'm also beginner, okay, but if I was there, I would just stick to one kind of materials, like one kind of
Mm,
hook and one yarn, and try like practicing with that. Feel comfortable with that. When you're a pro with that hook, even if it's like thinner or bigger, doesn't matter. People feel comfortable with bigger hooks and people with smaller
yeah.
hooks. Just do whatever you feel comfortable. When you feel comfortable with that, you just won't have any problem with on a kind of yarn or hooks.
Yeah.
Because when I was really, I've never tried the fuzzy yarn before, like for the
Mm-hmm.
beginning, I mean, but when I made like 40 plushies, I did like, okay, I'm gonna try. And it was difficult, of course, but I just was
Yes.
used to the normal yarn that I was, good for me. This was like
Yeah.
difficult to see, and there are tricks for the cotton yarn to put it in, blah blah blah. But also, like it's difficult, but you get used to it as well. I made like a cow,
Yes.
and the first arm took me like 30 minutes. Then the second
Yes.
arm it took me 10. So at the end, you get used to it as always.
Yes, there are so many crocheters that feel like scared to start like with fuzzy yarn, and you can make
Yeah,
super nice stuff with fuzzy yarn. So it's very tempting, and I get it. It's difficult, but as you say, you really get used to it, and you start seeing the stitches. Like
yeah,
you get used to it. So you are totally right about that.
yes, totally. Totally.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that. If someone wants to learn how to crochet, just like, listen to Carlos' advice. It's
Yeah.
very good.
And
Just keep making
and
stuff.
mostly I have to say also that I have to mark on that like poses and tension. That's the thing, that's the key of everything. When you feel comfortable and your pose is always the same, and when your movement of the hand, doesn't matter if you do it like
Yes.
this or if you do it like very subtle, the movement has to be like always the same. So the
Yeah,
rounds of always the like doesn't look like bumpy and that. So that's
true.
the thing also. People like your classes look perfect, like because I'm always doing my tension always the same.
Yeah.
I keep my tension. I try to finish my parts at the same time. I don't leave it like now 3 rows, this evening 4 rows. So that
Mm,
maybe you are more nervous at some points of the day, like mostly for new
yeah.
version, But
Yes.
that's it. Like feel comfortable with your pose, your tension, and then keep practicing. And
Yeah.
just don't get frustrated. It's a
And
matter of
I
time.
think it's the same thing because, like, the tension, I remember when I started, it was not great at all. And without even thinking about it, I got used to it. Like, it comes automatically.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And also I've learned that like I try to make flashy when I say like, okay, this is not a flashy, this is a class. I'm gonna train like doing this flashy, like really
Yeah.
relaxed hands, like really thin hook and try to make like stitches like bumpy and very nice, but very, very
Mm-mm.
relaxed. And that helps a lot also.
Yes, that's true. That's true. Like,
Mhm.
not to be too nervous.
Yeah,
Crochet
that's
is
it.
a pleasure. It has to stay a pleasure.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't
That's
put
right.
pressure on yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
So when you made like your monkey and your bear, did you start like posting them on social media right away?
No, 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 I didn't. I didn't
Okay.
like start my like account since in September. Okay, so that was like
Okay.
3 months, like doing plushies, but no content.
Okay. And
Okay,
then you created a special page just for your crochet.
yeah, that's it.
Okay.
You know why?
And sorry?
You know, no, you know why? Because I didn't post it like right away.
Mm,
Because I wanted like have previous content. That's very important key for someone who's starting. Like, don't create your
okay.
account like from Instagram like right now. And I just changed my boot account, like shoes account, from clothes account to snowboard account, and then said no, just start a new fresh account, like make it
Yes,
in your real niche. So that's what I did. And
that's
like
true.
before that, I wanted to like get all the information possible about the algorithm in Instagram before. So
Okay.
I didn't even know how to make a reel. Like seriously, like when I started, like, okay, where's that button? What is this? Because I just used Instagram
Yes,
for
it's confusing.
like yeah, but then I just started like watching tutorials about how was the algorithm in Instagram. I didn't want to be like obsessed in growing my account, but just to understand the basics and do the things that Instagram wanted me to do, not like what I wanted to
Okay.
do.
I
That's
get,
very
yes.
important.
Yes, that's true. So when you started your account, you say you learned about the algorithm and everything. So you had this goal, right? You still wanted to grow and everything, right?
Yeah, I guess it's what everyone wants at the beginning. What you
True.
want, not just for the followers, just to be known and feel like in a community, feel love,
Yes.
feeling that kind of a connection with others. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's not just the number. I don't really care if it's like 20K or 2000K. I
Mm,
don't care if you have a nice community and like people like appreciate you, support you, send you messages. That's nice. So no, it's even
yes.
better like 40 people doing that, like an empty 5K count. But
Yes.
at the
Yeah.
beginning is what you want, is what you have to do, you know?
Yeah. And I I think you managed to grow pretty well because I saw so now how many followers you have? 90,000?
N no, I think I'm like 86 at the moment. It is 86.2, yeah.
Yeah, well, you're gonna be at 90 in like what, 2 days
Oh
or
my,
three
oh my
days?
God. This is this is insane. Seriously.
That's
I
insane.
I'm just I don't know. I just don't believe this. I'm just like someone
I
is
think that's so
is
cool.
messing with me or something.
M-
You know.
Because I saw, so first you bought, so tell me the story about the balloons, because that's all I can see when I go on your account. It's like balloons, balloons, balloons.
Balloons,
And
balloons.
can
So
you tell
imagine
me
my
what happened?
I I don't know. I just started like an idea. Like people does that like when they get to 50K or
Yeah.
like 100. I was like, okay, 10K. It's like I've never been like 10K and like probably be 20K in 3 years. So I just wanna make a post, not like a nice post, and I like just bought the basic balloons and I
Yeah,
tried to make
the
a
10K
picture. Okay,
balloons, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. But then I don't know, my account just exploded. Okay, and I
Mm.
was just preparing balloons every day. I had to make like balloons inside. Like how is this? I even lost like a couple of zeros because they like I don't know, they weren't like sticking on properly on the wall. I had to run to the
Oh
store and buy some
yes,
more. And like even
yes.
I remember one day that I was working because I have a full-time job, and when I left like my job, I was like, oh, I just I have to buy balloons. I need balloons because I'm 50 away, and I'm like, what is this? What? It's so crazy. It's been so
It's
crazy,
so
seriously.
funny. Do you order them on Amazon every time?
No, no, it's just from a local store. They're
Oh,
cheap. People,
I mean,
people
that's
is
good.
gonna
They probably love you over there.
yeah, no, no, they're wondering what I'm doing with those balloons, actually. They'll be like, what is this guy doing?
with all these
Yeah.
balloons.
Yeah, but so they're still in my bedroom, in the other bedroom. I can show you a picture later
Yes.
of all the
And they are
balloons
so
in
big.
the.
I bought one when I was at like I think at 100K, and I bought one and they are so big. They take so much
Yeah,
room.
it's like 1 meter and like
Yeah.
okay. I know. But the good thing, it was so quick that I didn't have to buy more. So
Yeah, true.
they were still there. Yeah, it was so
I think
funny
that's
actually.
amazing. I think that's
Yeah,
amazing. Really, like congratulations on this
yeah.
growth. It's crazy, and
Thank
I
you.
think it's so encouraging for people. Like that. You are the best advice. It's just like
Yeah.
for people who wants to grow. Like it's possible. Like look at you.
Like I've got so many messages about people like, how do you do it, bro? Like, what is that? How do you do that? Are you paying for followers? Are you adding ads? No,
No.
I'm not doing any of this, like mainly because
Yeah.
I'm verified on Instagram. That's the thing.
No,
And I
and
don't
your
think that
engagement is so good. Like there is
I know,
like you have a lot of views, a lot of likes, so it totally means you are not paying for followers. You actually get
I
followers.
I know.
And
So that
so I know people ask you what's going on, how do you do it? I know there is no secret to it because I mean I grew on Instagram and stuff, but do do you know like one thing that really helped or like really made your account blow?
yeah. Like, I think it's been mainly like people think these things doesn't matter, but I think it does a lot. And it's the consistency, like posting every day, more or less at the same time. The
Uh-huh.
time I think is
Yes.
not really important, but I do it anyway. But I've been like
Mm-hmm.
posting a reel every day since I created my accounts in September, every day.
Okay.
Okay,
Wow.
so
Okay.
that's non-stop. And also some days like a carousel, like a post, a balloon post or
Mm,
something, and
yeah.
always try to make like minimum one story, always. Even if it's like I always do that. Like if you can see that, realize I made my reel and then that reel I added to my story, so that counts already. So that's
Yes. Yes.
like Instagram counts as like you are active, you're always there,
Yes.
But like
Instagram sees
in
that you are posting. Yeah.
and probably Instagram at that time, he's expecting me like to post that reel. He's expecting my reel because he already has like a group to send that reel away. If someday you
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
probably like fail, you won't get like banned, but probably that views, that engagement, you
That's
will
true.
get banned in views, eventually.
Yes.
I also think that
Yes, that's
Instagram is
100% true.
yeah, I think that I also think that Instagram is like kind of cyclic. It has like weeks. I realize that some weeks are so good for me and some weeks are not that good. Like you are
Yeah.
like going in a wave or something. And that happens to everyone also. So people are like, it's
Yes.
just lower again. Like it doesn't matter. I've got 8,000 followers in a day last week.
Okay.
In a day. And then I'm just getting 800 now.
Oh,
It's okay.
yeah, but it's not that bad. 800.
No, but I mean
No,
the
I get it.
change from
I get it.
it's not just because of that. It's because I got like a couple of viral reels at the same time, and then that made it like a
Yeah.
score, I
Yeah.
guess. But it's
Yeah.
just doesn't matter if you like. I was getting 100K views in my
Mm,
last reels, and now I'm getting 20K. Doesn't matter. Just
yeah.
keep trying,
I
keep
think it's
posting.
very important to say it because it's hard, like mentally. Sometimes, I've been on
Yeah,
social media a long time, and sometimes it grows crazy, and sometimes for whatever reason, I mean, sometimes the reason is because you didn't post since a long time. It happens to me all the time. Sometimes I get lazy, but
yeah.
it's important not to feeling discouraged, as you say, because it happens all the time. Like sometimes you have big moments and sometimes it's more slow, and it's not because people don't like your content or anything. It's just like Instagram who decides.
That's true. That's correct.
But
Yeah.
for you it's just phew, skyrocketing.
Oh my God. Oh my God, seriously, it's been amazing. Like and like mostly not the number of followers, like the feeling that I have about the all the support. like everyone like saying
Yes.
nice things, everyone commenting, everyone sending nice wishes to me by
Yeah.
like messages. I love that, not like the
Yeah,
number,
it's
of course, you know.
and crochet is such a nice community. I know every communities on social media
Yeah.
are not nice, but crochet community is so kind, and you will only encounter people that wants to follow your projects, are excited for you, and it's
No.
only nice. So
Yeah.
you will see, you will have a lot of nice people that follow you, that encourage you. And it helps you to create even more, you know.
Yes, it's amazing, all the support. Like everyone is so kind, so nice. Like I don't
Yeah.
have any complaints, to be honest.
But I have one question, and I'm sure everybody is thinking the same thing. How do you find time between your full-time job and create, because you are crocheting a lot and you're also posting a lot? Like, do you not sleep all night? Like, how do you do?
No, I actually I love sleeping, and I normally get like 8 hours sleep per day. So I think it's just a matter of avoiding responsibilities. Like,
I get it.
no, no, it's just kind of organizing yourself. I try to make my
Mm,
content along the weekend in
okay.
an ideal world, but it's never like not always like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes I try to make at least like my half of next week like a lot like along the weekend. Normally,
Okay.
my weekends are not that busy. I live on my own. I do the cleaning, shopping, blah, blah, blah. And then I crochet. I prepare the
Mm-hmm.
next week for work and that. And then I try to find that ideas along the week. I have a whiteboard on my kitchen that I just write the ideas. Okay, like it's full of like
It's
letters
very
and everything. It's
organized.
like, yeah, yeah. So they are so crazy ideas, but that's just a sentence that I have to make a
Mm,
reel and like record that idea and
of
like
course. Yeah.
get from it. So I try to make it along the weekend, but it's not always like that. So
Mm,
after work mainly is where I start creating my reel for that night. So I leave
okay.
normally around 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. It depends on the week, but then I have like 2 hours to make that reel and post it
Okay.
like around 8 p.m. I always do that more or less. Sometimes it
Oh,
gets
you post
7:30.
on night?
Yeah, always
Okay.
because
Okay.
most of my followers are from the United States, so that's like kind of morning, and they
Mm,
still have the whole day
I
there. Okay, and like
okay.
when you see the statistics on my Instagram, it's the best time for the day for me to post. It's even
Yes, because
handier for me.
Instagram tell you what the
Yeah,
best time to post. It's something we have to tell our listener. If you want to check out the best time to post, it's in actually your profile. When you click, it's what, a professional dashboard or something.
yeah. If you
It
go
tells you
down,
what the best time.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
pretty
correct.
smart.
So I have like 40% of my followers are from the United States.
Uh
So
huh.
I guess that's pretty much. But I think it doesn't really matter because at the end, all the like, if the content is good, it doesn't matter if the people see it right now or after eight
That's
hours.
true.
It's gonna get like
Mm-hmm.
viral or something at some point. Okay, but
Yes.
for that small like pushes for that reel, yeah, it makes like the difference.
Mm. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
And so I know you also write crochet patterns, right?
Yes, that's correct.
So when did you decide? So how long did you crochet other people patterns, and when did you decide to write your own?
So it was around November, I guess. I was
Oh,
just crocheting
very
for like
recent.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I kind of thought that you were asking about this kind of question, so here's my first pattern.
Oh, he's
Okay.
so cute.
So this is
Oh my
the
god,
first
you're
one.
so talented.
Yeah, okay.
I
So
love her.
yeah,
So it's a little avocado cat.
yes, it's because my little Mikey cat passed away like last year. Okay, I was just like sad and I wanted to remember him, so I crafted
I'm
this with so much
sorry.
love. That's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
I miss him so much, but I made this plushie. I love avocados
oh,
too. So I crafted this. It took me like I don't know, like I made this like 7, 8 times to get it in the proper
yeah, I'm
shape.
sure. Yeah, but
And
it's
it was
amazing.
so
It looks so
so
good.
difficult. So difficult at the beginning, like
Yes,
seriously.
it is.
And the shapes, everything, because when you start crocheting, you get I this is a very important thing for me also. I think that what it makes the difference that when I started, I never wanted to make the same pattern twice. It's just but one
Mm,
pattern, I make it,
yes,
and okay, another one, and
I
I just
see.
made different patterns. Then, okay, like when I got used to it, okay, I want to make four whales, so I made that four whales real for,
Yeah.
but that's good. Also, trying different patterns, different instructions, like different ways to see the designing of
Yes.
that,
Yeah.
so you get used to the different parts, how to design those parts.
Yeah. The shapes and everything, you learn how
Yeah,
to make different. Yeah.
mhm,
I
that's true.
understand that. Because, like, when you start crocheting, like, usually you know how to make a round, but
Yeah,
you don't
that's
know how to
that.
make other stuff. So it's very important to try
Yes,
new shapes and everything.
it's very important to understand also what you are doing. Just don't read the pattern. Like if you're what like following instructions, like just to be conscious what you're doing, like adding high
Yeah.
or adding width. So that's very important. If you get used to that, it's not that difficult. It's just a matter of tries. And of
Yes.
course, there are patterns that they are amazing, and it takes me like so much time to get that. Like I'm amazed, for example, with Jade, like she makes that kind of no shoe patterns. That is
Oh, yeah.
amazing. How
She's so
how she
good.
how she thinks about the everything, the
Yeah.
structure
She's an
without just
amazing designer.
yeah. I admire her like a lot, and I have
Yeah.
her like a very big reference in the pattern designing.
Yes. No, she's amazing. I had her on the podcast. I think she was my second
Yeah.
episode. And she explains how she became a designer and everything. And it's so inspiring, so interesting. And she
Yes.
has a lot of experience. But yes, her patterns are amazing. Every time I see the picture, I'm like, how did she do that? How?
I
you
know,
know?
I know. How do you think about that? Like the idea seems
Yeah.
simple, but how do you come out with that
No,
idea, right?
yeah, she's really good. Very
Yes,
inspiring for
she
sure.
she is very she's very, very good. Yes.
Well, I'm very impressed by your avocado pattern because I've made avocados before and it's not the easiest thing to do. Like
Yeah.
the shape is so
And
complex,
and
to
and
the round and
and
everything.
then I think the idea was like make it like it's made like a circle. You start with a circle and then make a chain here. So then you start making like
Oh,
working on
that's how you
so
made him.
yeah, it's not like some of the people like they make a circle and then go like
Yes,
making chains like
yes,
this. But I don't like the look like streaks. Like I think it's cuter. Like you can see it here
that's.
better.
I
Like
can see the
you work with
chain.
a yeah, you
Yes.
work with like a this. So that took me like so many tries to get the
That's
stitches right.
no, but that's so good. And we can
Yeah.
tell that you've been like practicing different shapes because to come up with this idea of like the round
Yes.
plus the chain, like you are
Yeah.
very experienced.
Yeah. I mean, some people like and some people text me like, "Oh, this guy copied your avocado," or "You copied this avocado." Like, guys, this is an
Yeah,
avocado.
but
Like there are
yeah,
like 1,000 avocado patterns out there. Like, this is my
there
lemon
is not
pattern.
like
Come
a
on,
thousand way. Yeah.
it's a lemon, So it's just you find your way to do it, and if you feel like I'm copying or you're copying it from it, I don't care. Like a girl, even she texted me like, "Oh, I just saw your avocado. I'm just texting you to tell you that I'm not copying it from it." Like no worries. Like you don't even do it like the same way as I do, so it's fine. No
Yes.
problem.
Yes, and it's so, as you say, like, I think what's very unique about your creation is the fact that it's a cat and he has a tail and everything.
Yeah.
So that is your unique idea. But as you say, an avocado is an avocado. The way you make the avocado, of course, other people are gonna make it that way, but it's more the
Yeah.
idea behind it that is very unique. So
Yes.
I like that you have this like touch, to make it
I
more
like the
unique.
idea.
Yeah,
And then
I love
then
that. But
in
yes, there are always people that tell you copied someone or someone copy you. I mean, we are a community. We share our stuff, on social media. If someone wants to make the same thing as you, they buy your pattern and they copy and paste everything. Like, what do you want to do
yeah,
about that? Like,
I know.
it's just the way
I
it
know.
is.
I even feel that some days because I do mostly like other artists' patterns every day. I'm crafting a lot from Crochet
Yeah,
Grow, from Jay, from Zach, everyone. Like I'm crocheting,
yeah,
and then I'm starting designing my patterns, and like no, because it seems like a copy, but I'm not reading that
yeah.
pattern. But I'm used to that kind of pattern, so my
Yes.
shapes go to that kind of shape. Like I
Yeah,
don't want to. So I started some shapes and I didn't want to finish them because I didn't want to get trouble, like people thinking that I'm copying. So it's very
yeah.
hard to be original, but different.
Yes. Now I
Hmm.
understand because like when you learn something from someone,
Yeah.
obviously your technique comes from them. But it's very good
Yes.
that at least you have the, like I will say, the moral of wanted
Yeah.
to
Kind of.
change it, because
Yes.
like he shows that obviously we all learn from someone, and from tutorials and stuff. But the fact that you want to change it shows that you have some moral. So he's very good.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I try to be nice. I'm probably not gonna be rich on this. I just like to do this because I enjoy it, okay? And I prefer to
Yeah,
be poor, but I have a nice community, than just not being nice to people. I like to always
yeah,
be nice to the other people and always
yeah,
try to like see the work that hard work that the people is doing, the artists that takes so much
yeah,
job to do. So don't take that from
yeah.
them. Hmm.
Yes, I think you really understand that once you start actually writing patterns, and making tutorial, you understand the work that comes behind it. And I
Yeah,
think you respect it even more, than, yeah.
yes,
Well,
that's true. That's
that's
true.
very good. That's really good.
Because
And I mean, you already have a very unique. I never saw an avocado cat, so you already have a very unique like pieces and stuff. So I'm sure you're gonna continue to grow. And so you say you don't want to become rich or anything, but what's your goal? Like, because I know you have an Etsy shop, you sell your patterns on
yeah,
your Etsy shop. What is your goal now?
I mean for the I would just probably like to do a full-time job in the
Yes.
crochet like world, like designing
Mm-hmm.
and selling plushies, doing tutorials, like lessons, have my own YouTube channel with that, even
Yeah.
like online courses. And just because I like teaching my skills to other people, I'm always been good with that, like showing how to make things to other people to
Yeah.
understand that.
Good
Okay.
teacher. Yeah.
And I think just a full-time job where I could just get revenue from there and just
Yeah.
with the basics to get more yarn and keep going and have a nice
Yeah.
community, that would be
Yeah.
amazing. So at the moment,
Yeah.
I'm just selling like my patterns on Etsy for the moment,
Yeah.
which is not been like amazing, just average normal. I'm not, okay, it's been good, but still, it's just to feel like compensation in some way from that time that I spent like designing those patterns,
Of
not just
course.
because I want
Yes.
to get, like, okay, do this, but I want to feel like something in return.
Yeah. Mostly when you work, like it's normal to expect at least, as you say, compensation at least of your time.
Yes, at least for that.
Yeah.
So, so like I designed like my last pattern was the puppy pattern like collection that. So
Yeah.
I don't know how many, so like maybe 50 or something like that. But I'm happy with that.
Right.
I'm like I could
Yes,
just
that's very
delete the ad
good.
already, and I'm good already with that. Like happy and
I mean,
people
that's a
enjoying that.
great
So
amount of sale.
yeah, no,
And
it's not
I'm
bad.
sure if you continue to grow like that on social media, because like I want to talk about the link between like social media growth and business growth, but I'm sure
Yeah.
if you keep like growing like that, your business will be growing. Like don't you think it's like connected?
Yes. I think it's time for me. Like I've been thinking about this a lot. Like stop growing on Instagram. I don't care at all anymore. Like
Yeah.
this seems like stupid to say, but no, I don't care. Like I
Mm.
think it's time to like stop and build my community like
Yeah.
slowly. I don't care about the algorithm anymore. I just
Mm-hmm.
enjoy myself, do my the content that I
Yes.
want to show and to teach the people, like going more to the YouTube way because it's more for like the teaching way. And I
Mm-hmm.
think I like more that, you know, instead of just growing on Instagram for no sense. That
Yes.
it's been amazing the feeling, to be honest, but uh
Yeah.
it's just like that, your business is not growing because your numbers on Instagram are growing, you know?
That's true. Yeah, it's more about the conversion, like how you convert everything. I totally understand you because last year I kind of grew fast as you because I had like like two or three like a viral video. I made like
Yeah,
Mario, Yoshi, everything.
yeah,
But I was so like I felt like I was creating content that went viral, but I was not like fully satisfied, about what I
yes,
was doing. And I realized that people that followed me were Nintendo fans.
yeah,
So it didn't
yes,
convert to my business. And so I had all these followers, but I was not particularly, I mean, I was making sales, obviously, more sales, but I realized that my audience was not inclined like with my goals.
yeah.
Did you feel that any type of way? Or
I
I'm the only
totally
one?
feel
I don't
this.
know.
I totally feel
Okay.
this, and I was also going to speak about this because that's a thing, like probably it's a problem for me right now in some way. If you want to grow a business right now, but I'm not in that
Mm-hmm.
point. Like we can talk about this if you want, but
Yeah.
it's just that I have a problem right now because I just made a very nice plushie. It was the Nessie from Untiasha, that
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
yeah. So I made a Nessie plushie, and like I got like
So
four
viral.
4.6 million views right now.
Yes, I saw
Okay.
that. Yes.
So that was probably the main reel that I got like many followers, but also I've got my last viral reel was about some comments that I got on my
We talk
DM
about that
saying like,
later.
okay, so
Yeah.
mainly I've got so many followers from topics that people were interested and they followed me because my account was nice. But they are not
Yes.
even crusaders or they are not doing crochet or buying patterns or making that kind. They just ask for, can I learn? Do you do lessons? Or uh, do you sell plushies? This kind of like audience.
Okay.
Okay. And
So that
I'm
was
not
your audience.
yeah, like mostly, I guess. Like I've got so many
That's
crusaders
exactly
in
what happened to me with Yoshi.
so at the moment I have like a big amount of followers, but like most of them they are just there for entertainment. They are not like
Hmm.
making business. But I don't care
Okay.
as long as I keep like everyone happy, myself
Of
happy.
course,
That's the
yes.
most important thing to do because I prefer doing a reel that I enjoy and I love the content obviously
Yeah.
thinking like what the people will think about that. But if you enjoy doing that content, that is not doing jobs. It's just enjoying it,
Yes.
you know?
Of course, yes. Well, so yeah, I love like that you talked about that because I felt like that last year, as I said, and I was like, am I the only one that he happened to? Like you grow so fast, and then so so let's say that now your new challenge is actually to orientate, I don't know how I would say, orientate like your audience more towards, oh hi, I'm making patterns, like check it out, right?
Yeah, like
And
it's different. Like that's the thing that I have to think about everyone, and I have three kind of big families in my followers. You know,
yeah.
the ones that they are doing crochet, they like the good and nice stuff. They're just finished results. They don't even like the
Mm.
process video. They just like final plushes. Like I cannot do
Exactly.
that every day, guys. Like I cannot get like 10 plushes every day.
Yes,
Okay. Like I need to like swap and
mostly if they
just
are your own, it's
yeah,
impossible to create a pattern a day, like
yeah,
that's not possible.
yes. And then like I like to make tutorial and tips and hacks things because that makes people who's trying to learn and people who's already in crochet like together. So
Yeah.
from these three big groups, I try to make connections between them so everyone's more or less happy. If I talk about like crochet Instagram growing, probably nobody's gonna care about that because it's not my audience. Even if sometimes I
Mm.
do that kind of reels, I have to be honest, but I just do that because I think some of those people they are interested on that and they can take something
Yeah.
from it. Like no, it's
Yeah.
just to show off. It's like, oh, are you showing off because no, it's just because
Yeah.
this is the way that I feel and I want to transmit that to other people so they don't feel
I
bad if they
understand.
lose followers or these kind of things.
Yeah. I think it's so interesting that you took time, because we always say, oh, you have to know your audience, and I think a lot of
Yeah,
people underestimate that part. And I love the fact that you took time to actually, okay, you have a lot of followers, that's amazing, but you like took time to think about, okay, what do they like, what these people like, don't like. And I think it's very interesting for the listeners to, like, you have to understand your audience and to know what they want to see. And I think
yeah.
that's really smart you did that. It's very inspiring.
Yes. I always try to read every comment. Like actually,
Yeah.
I wasn't even gonna say this, but I'm gonna. I've just got banned from Instagram last night again from commenting and
Oh,
liking. Yeah, again, like three
oh, because
times.
you were commenting too much?
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
didn't
Like,
know that was possible.
what am I supposed to do? Like, not replying comments? Probably I'm some kind of spammy sometimes, like heart, smiley, smiley, smiley. But I cannot like write a big text for everyone. So I
No, of
like
course, of
to
course.
read your big text, like feel identify with that idea or that comment, that situation that you had. But I don't have time for
Yes.
replying everyone, so I
No,
just
of course,
write
of
like
course.
three hearts that I love it, but thank you for commenting.
Yeah.
So probably I have to think about like which comment should I comment, blah blah blah. But last night I wasn't even able to like a post,
Wait, I
So
didn't know it was possible. So Instagram
yeah,
thought you were like spam or something?
yeah, because of my last reel that it got like 1.6 million. That like
Uh-huh.
it was like 6,000 comments that I had to reply,
Yes.
and I didn't reply to all of them obviously because it was so much time. But I think it was
Yeah.
because of that. So what I'm saying is I always try to like read all your comments, be with
Yes,
there with
yes.
you, like get your support. I love that. And even if I try to reply like instantly, it's not always possible for me. Even if I reply
No,
to
it's,
you
yeah.
2 days later, I know that I still have comments to read and reply
Yes.
and react. Okay, but
Yes.
that's the thing. I know my audience mostly because I do those things and I read the comments and the messages and I try to reply
Yeah.
everyone.
And you actually care about people. That's, like,
Yeah,
we can tell that you really care. You don't care about just numbers, like you care about the people that actually support you, which I think that's what creates a great community after. So
yeah.
let's talk about this reel that you said you had 1 million.6 views, right? Let's talk about that. Can you please explain what this reel about?
Well, this reel is it was mainly made on purpose in the way that uh I've got some messages along this last month. It wasn't like all
Okay.
the comments in a month. So I knew that there were still like people thinking about this way. I will explain later, but I just
Mm-hmm.
try to like compile these comments to make this real, like
You
very
came
viral.
through.
Yeah, yes, because I knew
Okay.
that some people like probably people will still send these kind of messages to me. And I also got
Mm.
like messages from guys that were like, dude, I never got these messages. I'm sorry for you, blah blah blah. But then I also got so many messages from guys that they were, yeah, I got that kind of messages too. So the reel was
Yeah.
about like messages that I got that they were saying that things about crochet is for girls and men used to hunt. You know, that makes me laugh. Like that,
I I'm sorry
that
to laugh about that
no,
one,
no,
but I
I
just
laugh.
I
Don't be
laughed
sorry.
so much when I saw that, and I told my husband, and my husband
Men
was
used to
like,
hunt,
"Wait,
and
what?"
you can actually see that because that's not a private DM. That's on a comment of a post. That's
Okay.
actually on my profile, that comment. And I even liked it and like replied something like hearts or something. But you know, I've got that kind of messages also. They were saying like stop playing housekeeping, this kind of, you know, messages, nonsense
Yeah.
messages. And I've made like
Yes.
this reel because I wanted to encourage the people, like everyone like has right to do whatever they want, no matter man or woman or whatever hobby you have, passion you
Yeah.
have, just do it and don't care about it. Like just laugh of it
Yes.
and be
Oh my
happy
God.
because your life is better and you don't feel like, you know, that way. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
and since when there are stuff for men, for women? Like, no, like you have to do whatever you like, and I think
Yeah.
that's so. I mean, come on, we are in 2024. Like, people can do whatever they want, right? I just
Yeah.
can't believe people actually expose themselves posting these kind of comments. I
Yeah.
It's always shocking to me. I always talk about it in the podcast, so that's why I'm so happy you came on the podcast to talk about it, like about and so you got messages about being a man, like there are people receiving messages about something else. It's always a reason for online
Yeah.
bullying, like always there is always something. Like for me it's my French accent. My accent is too strong for people, but
Your
it's
accent is beautiful.
thank you. And it is not like something you can change, and you cannot change being a man, you know what I mean? This is so
That's
stupid.
true.
And
That's true.
so I think it's so interesting, like you posted a reel about it and you actually played it in your favor, because these people wants to hurt you, and you actually did a favor to yourself by posting this reel, because that's how I met your account, so
Yeah.
I'm like, it created a lot of engagement. And how do you feel, like did you laugh really, like when you receive them, or does it actually hurt you?
Now, first reaction was laughing. Like I was
Mm,
like on my lunch break at like at work, and like people was watching at me, like looking at me, like what are you doing? And I just had to show them, like seriously, this is
yeah,
happening. Then you know, I remember now what I replied to that comment to the men used to hunt, and
yeah,
I can like try to find that
what did
comment
you
and
say?
screenshot it. Okay, so I was just remembering what I got from that comment what I replied to that comment, and I was something like about thank you for giving me the idea for my next viral reel or something like that.
That, yes, that's great. That's
And
great. Like, thank you for
something like that,
creating
or
content.
and something like people will love that, and
Yeah,
but instantly I also felt like bad or sad because of those people, not because of me. That doesn't affect me like
yeah,
at
you
all,
know who you
but
are, like, come on.
it's so sad that there's still people out there like thinking about like that way, you know. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
you know.
The fact that there are people thinking that way and writing it down on Instagram, like it's another level of
That
like, you
that
know,
that's the true, and most of the people replied to that video, like commented on that video, like, why do they have that on their feed then? If they,
yeah.
you know what I mean? If they
True,
are
that's so
if they are
true.
watching that
Like,
comment, it's because Instagram is showing that comment to them because of something, because
yeah,
maybe you love crochet, or maybe you are even a
yeah.
crocheter and you are just
Oh,
hiding it from it
yes.
because
I
of your
didn't
pride.
think about it.
You know what I mean? Because Instagram is not dumb. You know, Instagram doesn't show
True.
Instagram content to someone who's not interested in that content. So yeah,
So, would you say like is that men that comment like these kind of things, or like you have a mix of women and men?
kind
Sorry.
e- everyone, like both, like
Hmm.
genders,
Okay.
doesn't matter. Actually, I think the comment on my reel that it was men used to hunt is a girl. So it depends. It doesn't matter.
Okay. And that's okay. Yeah. Well, I'm so sorry you received this kind of message, but I loved the reel you made about it because it's just like I think I always ask people like how do you answer like these kind of things, and I think it's like
Yeah.
you found one of the best way to answer.
No, like didn't affect me at all. I'm very confident with myself. I've always been my whole life.
Yeah.
So I'm not afraid. I'm not shy. I'm not nervous normally, you know. So it's mostly because I think there are people out there that they are still feel like they're doing something that is girly or something. No, I did that because I wanted to encourage all that people. We should do what
Yes.
we want to do, you know?
Yes, and there is not like one hobby that is for women, one hobby that is for men, or what sport or what job. Like nowadays, people can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
Like, come on. Well, I
exactly.
really, I think it's very inspiring that you actually like exposed it, and I think is good for people that receive these kind of things because online bullying it's about everything, as I said earlier. So I just
Yeah,
I think it's great that you just showed that you too you receive comments and see how you react. So it's very inspiring. Thank you so much.
you're very welcome.
So what one last question, like what can we wish you for like let's say 2024 for this year, like what is your biggest goal, dream, I will say?
Like, what am I expecting, or like kind of that, or what I would like to expect, you know, because it's
Both. Tell me both.
both.
What do you expect and what do you actually dream of?
Uh, to be honest, just be, yeah,
Yes.
I don't know, like keep enjoying creating content. That's my main thing. Like, I don't want to get burned out. That's my main goal. You
Yeah.
know,
Okay.
I don't expect, like as I said before, for the moment, probably I think different in a few years when I get this like a business. But at the moment, I just want to enjoy. And I just,
Yeah.
you know, want to be this year very good and keep going as it was this last half year because it's been amazing. And I don't want to get
Yeah.
burned out or get annoyed or like get
True.
bored about this
True.
hobby and get another hobby and
Yeah.
lose this passion. But that's my main goal for this year that I'm gonna
Yeah,
probably
just to
achieve
keep
because,
being passionated about.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Like even if I was saying
Yeah, I
before,
totally understand.
I'm not that constant now with my reels or my growing, you know, but I don't care. I
Yeah.
just want to be like established in a nice community, like get people to
Yeah.
know me, and that's my main goal this
So
year.
now a little bit more like settled and actually like doing stuff
Yeah,
you really, really enjoy. Yeah, I
yes.
totally understand.
Obviously, like bringing out some new patterns like along the year. That's my main
Yeah.
reason. Like my main goal for this year is like create so many patterns and then YouTube channel, start my YouTube content, my tutorials, this kind of things, create my
Yeah.
website and be but like all the small details that I still have to fix because I need
Yes.
time. I need time to do all that, and
Yeah.
I just don't know how to get it. Because I live
Yes.
at 5 p.m. From work. I have to make a reel, like, so the day is finished. Then weekend is coming.
Yeah.
That I spend that weekend creating the content for the next week, and I'm always the same in that kind of like circle.
I understand.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I hope my boss doesn't hear this, but I wish I could get like 1 year off from work so I could have time to arrange all this like in a
Yes.
proper way and have time for that, and that would be amazing. But at the end, I just keep trying to enjoy it, even if it's a small pieces every day, but
Yeah.
always not get annoyed or burn out from it.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. It takes a lot of time to like settle everything, like your Etsy, your YouTube, your website. Website takes forever to make.
I know.
And but if I can make you feel better, I feel like this part is I would not say the most challenging, but the part that takes the most time. But once it's set up, it's set up.
Yeah.
You know how everything works, and then after this phase, you can just keep like creating and stuff. So maybe it will make you feel better if I tell you that
Yes.
like this is the most consuming part. But once it's set up, you don't like once your YouTube channel is made, you don't have
Yeah.
to
I
do anything
I
about
know.
it
I know. I
except
know.
creating content.
I know. I'm just like looking forward for my next holidays. This is weird to say, but people would
Yeah.
go to the to I don't know, Istanbul or whatever but no, I want my week holidays to craft and do my thing. It's crazy, but
My
it's true.
it's my website. That's my
Yeah.
priority.
I need my time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand. Well, you are doing amazing, like just managing to do all of that. So I'm sure you are very capable of creating everything, and even if it takes time, like good things take time. So
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They do.
well, thank you so much, Carlos. I will add pictures to the YouTube video. I will also put all your links. So I really want people to start following you and follow your journey because you are very, very inspiring. And I think you have a lot of good things that will happen for you in the future. So I'm very excited to see your growth. And
Thank
is
you.
there is anything you want to add before saying bye?
No, just thank you so much for having me. This has been
Of course.
like a dream. It's
Oh.
too fast for me, too new for me. Like suddenly everyone knows me, and it's been so quick.
You're
So
a
thank
crochet celebrity now. I wanted you on the
I
podcast very
I
bad.
know I know. Thank you so much for having me. Really, I had a great
Of
time.
course. Of course. Thank you so much, Carlos. You have a good day, okay?
Thank you, Matilda. You too.
Mm,
Bye. Bye.
bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to leave a thumb up or 5 stars if you like this episode. It truly helps the podcast if you do. I also put all the links to follow Carlos on social media in the description. If you start following him, you will not regret it. He's truly amazing. I see you very, very soon for a new episode of the Crochet Podcast. Take care and bye bye.